What is it with West Ham and the black kit? Every time West Ham put on that black away kit, they turn into 2002 World Cup winning Brazil. Today was no exception against Burnley. I didn't really think I was watching West Ham there. It looked like it was Ronaldinho and R9 out there instead. I just was mesmerised by what I saw, especially in that first half. I also want to know, what are these players being fed? And what is it with this black kit? Because there's got to be something that's making West Ham play well in these kind of games. Do you know what I'm saying? Like these away games where West Ham have the black kit on. Because it turns West Ham from average team into world-class team that are better than Barca, Real Madrid and Brazil combined. It's been a while since I've been on YouTube and on social media, but that was because of the No Room for Racism campaign. I'm recording this now at 5 p.m. Mountain Time in Canada, so that's after midnight in the UK. I'm able to record this right now. It has finished West Ham United 2, Burnley 1. Well, I should say Burnley 1, West Ham United 2 at Turf Moor. West Ham go back up to 5th in the table after a really exceptional, organised and technical performance from the whole team. Everybody kicked it up a notch today, from the defence to the midfield to the forwards. I'm going to start with the team lineups because there were 5 changes to the West Ham team and 2 injury reports to mention. Early indications from the starting lineup would suggest that this was going to be an all-out attack from West Ham. Manuel Lanzini, Saïd Benrahma, Pablo Fornals, Jesse Lingard and Michail Antonio made up that midfield and attack. Cresswell was back in the team, which was a very good sign, but Masuaku wasn't quite ready yet, so Cresswell started as part of a back 4 with Diop, Dawson and Sofal. Souček and Fornals were in the centre. Lanzini, I mentioned he was in attack. He was in attack, but he was more like a holding midfielder as well. He was used for that at the same time. Fabianski stayed in goal. The 2 injury reports were that Mark Noble had a slight calf injury and would be out for 2 weeks. Ogbonna had a hamstring problem, and although it wasn't serious, he didn't play in the Burnley game. Overall, that was a really good starting lineup. I was really happy with that. Really happy with that. So attacking. Benrahma was starting like we'd all wanted, and it was suggesting that David Moyes was going all out for this. He wasn't going to sit back and defend. I mean, why would he against Burnley when they're in the bottom half of the table and technically in the relegation battle? Made sense that he went all attacking. Really positive lineup from the manager. West Ham had more possession of the ball to begin the game, and they used that possession to their advantage. A lot of movement, particularly in Burnley's half. A lot of good passing, good flow. Resulted in 2 chances. Antonio blasted off target from 35 yards out. Lanzini put a ball over. 2 good shots to start with. But although there was the indication that West Ham were looking the most likely to score, they didn't open up the scoring. Chris Wood, the Burnley striker, gets into the box. He's fresh off a hat-trick from last week's 4-0 win over Wolves, so he was fired up for this. He got into the box. Diop tries to get the ball off of Chris Wood, fumbles it a bit. Eventually, Souček brings Chris Wood down the penalty box. It's penalty to Burnley. Wood takes it, scores it. Fabianski goes the right way, gets something on it, but it's not enough. Burnley take the lead after 19 minutes. But any joy that Burnley had didn't last very long. West Ham just kept doing the thing with the ball, doing their thing. Keep crossing it. Make crosses happen. Sofal, with a one-timer, crosses it into the box. Antonio gets his head on it. Nick Pope doesn't get close to getting it. Antonio equalises. Antonio back in the team is a real blessing. We have missed him. We've missed his physical presence up front. He got over Matthew Lowton to power the header into the net, and it was 1-1 2 minutes after Burnley had opened the scoring. It was a deserved equaliser. Just the pressure West Ham were putting on Burnley. Whole team was looking good at that point. Midfield was looking really good. Fornals worked really hard. Lanzini has been criticised in the past, but I'm going to touch on him. Lanzini had arguably one of his best games to date in this game. He was really good at holding up the ball. He was really good at moving it around. And he helped to set up this equaliser. Also, Antonio got on the end of the ball, scored, so he gets credit, of course. But yeah, midfield was doing really, really well. Like I say, and I can't talk about that enough. It was 1-1 at this point. Midfield helped to create that goal. Really happy. West Ham were back in the game. There's a reason why West Ham fans have been calling for Saïd Benrahma to start in this team, and this next little move shows why. Not only was he doing all of his technical stuff in midfield, it was confusing Burnley. Burnley were being run ragged by Benrahma and other attacking midfielders that we had in our team. Lingard on the other side, Benrahma on the other side. Benrahma's playing more of a wing position though, and with this cross that he put in, I thought that it went straight into the net, but it turns out Antonio got a little flick on it. It was quite similar to Antonio's goal against Burnley when West Ham hosted Burnley back in January, because Antonio just had a predatory poacher instinct. This was kind of similar. A cross came in, Antonio with his first touch on the ball, drives it into the net. West Ham fight back and now lead 2-1. Benrahma takes the credit for that goal. Really good assist and really good work rate from the Algerian. And it's worth pointing out, he did all of that on an empty stomach and with no fluids. Because it's Ramadan, and that's still going on for another week, Benrahma didn't eat or drink before the game. He didn't have as much energy as other players, you could argue, but he didn't show that. On about 35 minutes, he went to have some water and an energy bar, though, because he was allowed to eat and break his fast after sunset. But yeah, Benrahma, really, really good from him. Really good cross. And again, adding so much to that midfield. Burnley couldn't keep up. Half-time came, and it was 2-1 to West Ham. Overall, very happy with that first half performance. Really, really good stuff. Yeah, you could argue West Ham could have had another goal or two to add to the lead, but it wasn't awful at all. Don't even know why I'm saying awful. It was really, really good. The midfield, excellent. I talk about the midfield a lot on this channel, but that's really what happened. That's where it was at. I think Benrahma and Lanzini had really good games. Lanzini had his best game in ages today. Ages. He had a chance, good at dribbling, good at taking the ball from the back into the middle, and good at carrying the ball as well. Benrahma was good at carrying the ball. He was leaving Burnley defenders ragged. They couldn't keep up with him. Burnley were having to rely on Nick Pope to come out and catch balls. And it is fair to say Nick Pope was getting tested a lot. So overall, yeah, West Ham were doing really well by half-time. I wouldn't have made any changes to the team. Changes weren't made. Back out for the second half, we just wanted more of the same. Some good things to start off that second half. Still a lot of good passes, good crosses. West Ham working the ball mechanically and methodically. Benrahma had a shot off target. Also, Fornals put Antonio into a really good scoring position, but Antonio fumbled it at the last minute. Clear-cut chance to get his hat-trick, didn't do it. Pressure was still there, though. Pressure and tempo were still there. And West Ham, yet again, going at Burnley. Burnley were trying to fight back a little bit, I will say. Burnley did try and get themselves back into it and trying to get the ball back. But every time Burnley had the ball in that final third, West Ham managed to clear it away or just defend really tightly. And that's where the defence get praise. Diop wasn't good tackling-wise. He wasn't really good out of the field, but he was good at clearing corners today. And Dawson was really good at marking as well. In the first half, Dawson cleared Vidra's header off the line. And in the second half, Dawson just kept it tight as well. So overall, that defence was doing a really good job. And it's not really often I say that about Diop and Dawson, because there's always some criticism that one or the other is going to slip up or do something bad in a game. They weren't doing anything major in terms of errors. In fact, they weren't really making any errors. So defensively, they improved. And they were needing to defend in the second half when Burnley started to go for it more. Jay Rodriguez came on for Burnley and he almost had a goal. Josh Brownhill fired a ball across the penalty box. Fabianski was in mid-air dive save, whatever it's called. You get the idea. Punches the ball away. Bit of a scramble. Jay Rodriguez gets on his foot on the end of it, blasts it wide. And he thought he had put it in. But that was a heart-in-your-mouth moment, and that made West Ham start to adjust things defensively. Souček went from a midfield role into a more defensive role, with Lanzini going forward a bit more. And that was fair enough, because Souček, with his height, could defend. Lanzini going forward for the attack more was not a bad move, a good tactical change. Saïd Benrahma came off and Jarrod Bowen came on. Benrahma had a really good run-in, and very much so, he deserved a lot of praise. Bowen came on just to try and see things out a little bit more. He had a few good runs, Bowen did. Kind of contributed in a way, but he didn't get on the score sheet or anything like that. But he did do a little bit of something. He was just there to keep things running smoothly. Burnley, on the other hand, they couldn't connect with anything. They couldn't connect onto balls. When balls were coming in, they were heading off target, or it was getting cleared away by West Ham's defence. A few nervy moments late on with the added time, but West Ham held on for the 2-1 win. Really, really pleased with that. And this win means that West Ham have won 17 games this season. That's the most West Ham have won in any Premier League season. David Moyes, working wonders. That's why he won the award of Manager of the Year at the London Football Awards, because of what he's doing with West Ham. A 17th win in a season is terrific. And it's putting West Ham on pace to get European football. 5th in the table now. We got to play Everton next. We're 6 points clear of them. Everton aren't in good form themselves either. We can take advantage of them as much as we did to Burnley in terms of form, because Burnley's home form hasn't been great. I think they've 9 in a row they've lost at home now. So we've just added to that and taken advantage of form. West Ham haven't been a charity case club in this case. We haven't let a team that's struggling in some way take advantage of us. Not in this game today anyway. Team selection was spot on. Really attacking, really positive. It showed that West Ham intended to go all out for it and to get those 3 points. We didn't sit back and let Burnley come into us. And when they did come into us, we got the job done defensively. And as I said at the start of the video, everybody kicked it up a notch. Everybody was more organised. Everyone had the head screwed on a little tighter. Everybody was working that tad bit harder to get the 3 points. Michail Antonio is buzzing to get the brace. He's even admitted it on the club's website. Diop played really well. Dawson played well. Fornals worked really hard. And Lanzini had one of the best games I've seen from him in a long, long time. Overall, this team was really good today. Can't praise them any highly. And, we go against Everton next week. And I'm really looking forward to that now, because we're comfortably clear of them. Thank you very much for watching this episode of The Aftermath. If you liked the video, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe for more content. I recorded an episode of Over to You last week. I'm going to have that uploaded sometime this week, now that I'm back on YouTube and social media. Thank you very much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you all soon.